Hi, welcome to another episode of The Scoop Today. So today is Friday, March 29th, 2024, and I'm here today to talk just a moment about some news that's been traveling around the internet this week and hopefully give a little bit of updates as far as things that I've heard about this horrible tragedy. So, in case you haven't heard yet, there was a cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, and it actually, the collision caused the bridge to completely collapse. So, the things that I've been seeing on social media are actually rather disturbing. I've less than 24 hours after this horrible tragedy happened, I started seeing all kinds of things online saying that, this wasn't an accident, that this was an attack, that, this was done on purpose. And I'm like, that kind of stuff does nobody any good. You're out there already spreading all sorts of stupid conspiracy theories. You are out there spreading false information nobody even knows yet. Now, the FBI has come out and said that this was not any sort of attack. So hopefully that will set some people's minds at ease. So, I want to come at this kind of at a couple different angles. So some of the facts that I have heard and read about so far is that this cargo ship did suffer a power outage, and the power had gone off, it went back on, and it went off again. There was a mayday issued by the captain of the cargo ship, so they were able to get cars off of the bridge that were on it. So that was, prayers answered, that they really were able to mitigate some of the tragedy. The ship was able to drop anchor, so they were able to slow their trajectory down a little bit. Unfortunately, that didn't really seem to make um, I don't know if it made a difference or not because the bridge did still end up collapsing. Unfortunately, there were people that were working on the bridge. There were workers on the bridge filling potholes, and there were 8 people working. 2 people were rescued. 6 people, unfortunately, were not rescued. And at this point in time, Baltimore has actually changed their approach from a search and rescue to a search and recover, meaning that at this point, it's been so long now after the accident that the likelihood that anybody was able to survive is slim. So now they are looking to just recover those 6 individuals so that they can return their remains to the family for closure. Um, the the events leading up to the power outage, all these things are still being investigated by authorities, and they need time. So hopefully before anybody goes on and they, continue spreading these theories that this was some sort of attack, that this was done on purpose, because by everything that I am seeing and hearing, this was unfortunately just a horrible accident in which people lost their lives. But fortunately, because the captain was able to make that mayday call, they were able to get cars off of the bridge, so that it really was a little bit less of an impact than it could have been. Also, from what I read, this accident did happen kind of in the middle of the night. I think it happened at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So that probably helped as well, traffic wise. It wasn't 8 o'clock in the morning during rush hour traffic. So again, small blessings. So this unfortunate event is going to have global impacts on shipping. Now, from what I understand as well in my research of this, this was a cargo ship that was leaving the United States and it was headed to Singapore. So this is going to affect cargo ships and also recreation ships coming in and out of this the port of Baltimore. Now, if you are a vacationer and you are cruising, I would highly recommend that you contact the cruise line. It is my understanding that cruise ships are temporarily going to be rerouting to the Norfolk, Virginia cruise terminal. So if you are vacationing and you were supposed to go out of Baltimore, I would contact whatever your cruise line is and just ask, you know, was it canceled, or are we going out of someplace else, so that you can make all of your travel arrangement changes sooner than later. And if you have people who were on cruises, I know that Carnival actually they went to Norfolk and then they were busing the people that were on those cruises that were coming in the last day or two and probably coming in the next day or two. They're busing those people from Norfolk to Baltimore so that they can get back to their vehicles. So some things that you may want to take into consideration. It sounds to me as though there are still ways in and out and around Baltimore. It was just this one particular bridge. So it is going to be a little bit dicey for a little while. But I'm hoping that this information will help either inform you of the facts that I have been able to gather thus far, or if this is something that you've been following, then hopefully this will set your mind a little bit at ease and it may hopefully give you a little bit of information. And if you have any updated information to this accident, please feel free to share that in the comments section below so that we can keep this topic updated. And this is definitely something that I will be revisiting in the next week or two as more updates come and more things are known. So this is a story that I will definitely follow and provide updates to come over the next couple of weeks. So I hope that you will consider subscribing to The Scoop so that you can stay informed on this topic and many others that I've started to talk about. We talked the other day about Planet Fitness, so there's going to be a little bit more to that story. And we also talked the other day about the Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her cancer diagnosis. So I hope that you will consider subscribing to The Scoop so that I can continue keeping you informed. Anything new that I learn about any of these topics and anything additional that comes up in the future. So have a great day and we'll talk next time.